Thanks, Becky. It's great to be part of this fantastic event with Manchester Digital and Greater Manchester Combined Authority. There's some absolutely super speakers, content and information this week, and with some really inspiring stories, and I hope it's encouraged many of you to delve deeper into the fantastic opportunities and careers available in the digital and tech sectors. So who am I? I'm Ros Atherton. I am the Head of Engagement, Sales and Marketing at Code Nation, and I'm going to give you an insight into our courses. And I'm also really excited, as Becky just said, to be launching not one, but more scholarships and bursaries for our award-winning courses. So stay tuned to the end. So a little bit about us, a little bit about Code Nation. Code Nation was established just over 3 years ago by two founding members with a passion for tech and to address the ever-growing digital skills gap in the UK. The underpinning ethos of Code Nation is to create employable talent. And that's why we've worked with over 250 employers to design and develop courses and curriculum aligned to the world of work, to address the needs that industry have, and not just to deliver an academic curriculum. We're a private training provider and we specialise in coding and software courses and apprenticeships up to level 4. We have campuses in Manchester, Chester, Cambridge and Bristol, but actually all our courses can be accessed through our virtual learning environment absolutely anywhere. So from the comfort of your home or someone else's, you can access our fully immersive classrooms, which include everything, including mindfulness, resilience, and even yoga. We've trained over 14,000 students, and we have about 160 apprenticeships in learning with us currently. So why are we different? As I mentioned, we've developed our courses in partnership with over 250 employers, ensuring that we teach the most up-to-date tech skills and address the wider skills and attributes that employers are looking for when they recruit their apprenticeships and their junior talent. We believe anyone can learn to code, and we've established a skills escalator approach to our courses, meaning students can start at the point appropriate for them and progress onto an apprenticeship to start their tech career. Our courses are underpinned by tech skills. However, we also deliver those wider employability and interpersonal skills that I've just mentioned. We support students with CV writing, interview techniques, and online profiles to maximise job opportunities, such as LinkedIn. We don't have any pre-entry requirements for our courses, and we'll train anyone with a passion and a dedication to learn to code. We're also keen to address the lack of diversity in the sector, and there's some startling numbers in the slide down below. We work with a number of Manchester-based projects and partners to encourage more women into developer roles, and we're really proud that over 38% of our learners are female, compared to only 16% of UK tech roles. In addition, 49% of our students are BAME against a national average of 20%. We also want as many people to be able to access our courses as possible, so we work hard to secure funding to offer as many of them as possible for free. We want to see as much new talent coming into the sector as possible. We also offer scholarships and bursaries on a regular basis, so please keep an eye out on our social media pages, that's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, for those opportunities, and also later in the presentation. So here are some numbers. So moving left to right on my screen, we've trained over 1,400 students across all our courses in the last few years. 85% of those students have no prior experience of coding. The age range that we've taught is between 17 and 58. And our 58-year-old gentleman who's now in a successful software developer career, who changed careers from law. The average starting salary of our graduates from our master and our apprenticeship programmes is £21,500. And 90% or more of our master students go on to secure an apprenticeship. So I've talked in the last few slides about the employers that we've worked with, not only to develop our curriculum and courses, but also who we continue to work with to place new talent and apprenticeships. So I don't know how well you can see the logos on that page, but just to call out a few, we've got Matalan, we've got AO, we've got TalkTalk, Moonpig, M Brown, and many, many others. And to give you a flavour of the type of work that we do with these employers, during the pandemic and during the heightened stages of lockdown, we work with the likes of TalkTalk, Moonpig and AO to place multiple apprenticeships. In fact, TalkTalk in Manchester took 12 apprentices from us. I think it was the third week into lockdown, and they were all taken from our existing talent pool of students who have completed courses with us. So why coding? Why get into coding? What are the opportunities? Will I get a job? I'm not going to read each bullet point below, but just in terms of a summary, UK PLC has reportedly over 1 million digital skills shortages across its workforce, and that is across all sectors, from e-commerce to retail to logistics and distribution to creative and digital, fintech, etc. The result of this supply and demand challenge is a war for talent, resulting in it becoming harder and harder for businesses to find their next generation of digital superstars. We know that there are hard to fill vacancies, with 42% of employers recently reporting that software developers are the hardest to fill roles. And this is because not enough people have the digital skills businesses are looking for, including those key employability skills, and not enough young people and talent are entering the sector due to unhelpful stereotypes and perceived barriers. And that's why we are passionate about encouraging as many people as possible to consider this as a career. As you can see on the slide, there are over 90,000 digital tech vacancies a week across the UK in an industry that employs 2.93 million people. I've talked about how software developers are sought after, and they're in the top 5 sought after roles across the country. And they make up 6% of all advertised digital tech roles. Not only that, Manchester is the fastest growing tech city in Europe. So now there was no better time to start your journey as a software developer and explore coding with CodeNation. So our offer in terms of our courses and curriculum. I talked earlier about it being a skills escalator. And what I mean by this is that our courses start at entry level and progress into a level 4 apprenticeship. Students can join the escalator at the point most appropriate to them, and they can progress. So, Explore. Explore are our short-term 1 to 3 day courses which provide an introduction to coding, to software development, building an app, building a website. And they allow students to get a feel of what coding and software development is and see if it really is something that sparks an interest and that presents an opportunity to progress further. Often these courses are funded through the adult education budget. So it means that they're free at the point of entry for most individuals. The next stage we class as Develop Your Skills, which is our 3-week Level 2 Introduction to Coding and Software Development course. This is a full-time course immersing you in coding and giving you that opportunity to study full-time for 3 weeks and gain a Level 2 qualification to take either progress to an apprenticeship or a direct hire role, or to take the wider skills of leadership, planning, agile, environment, project planning into another career of your choice. Next, we have Master Your Skills, and this is our flagship award-winning 12-week bootcamp. And this covers full stack technologies and provides a really deep dive into coding and presents individuals at the end of the course with that 90% result of moving into employment or apprenticeships due to the real depth of criteria and curriculum that we cover that has been developed and designed with those employers that I talked about earlier. And then finally, Excel. Excel in Your Career is our 15-month Level 4 software development apprenticeship programme. Our apprenticeship programme is different in that we offer our off-the-job learning upfront in terms of a boot camp, which again has been designed to address some of the concerns that employers had with the traditional day release apprenticeship style of delivery. And I'm going to talk about the apprenticeship in a little more detail further on through the presentation. So, software developer apprenticeship, what does it mean? And why are we different? We deliver the apprenticeship over 15 months. And it includes a unique approach designed with both businesses and students in mind. We created a programme that creates employable talent and engages apprenticeships from day one, offering exciting training and career development at pace. As I said, there's no day release for off-the-job learning. This is completed upfront with Code Nation in our boot camp for 12 weeks. And that can either be virtual or in one of our classrooms. With the apprenticeship joining the employer at week 13 with the technical skills to hit the ground running. The programme is underpinned by individual learning plans agreed with the apprentice, instructor and employer. And during the programme, the apprentice sits the Microsoft Programming with HTML Level 5, JavaScript, CSS3 exam and the BCS Methodologies exam. And these are undertaken during the programme and not at the end, so that becoming certified during the programme provides the apprentice a really great platform to showcase your skills to your hiring employer. We also teach wider employability and interpersonal skills, communication, presentation, agile working, team skills, resilience, mindfulness, and even yoga, but that is optional. Apprentices are supported throughout their journey by our instructors, skills coaches, and our campus manager, and are truly made to feel part of a Code Nation community, even if you're studying through the virtual learning environment. We have invites to various social activities, both virtually and in person, when the current conditions allow. So the next slide I'm not going to go through in a great deal of detail, but it's just another way of presenting that skills escalator. So starting off in the top left, you can see our full offer under Inspire. So this is the type of work that Code Nation does to ensure people understand about the fantastic opportunities available to them, such as this presentation today. Moving on from that, there's our Explore offer with more details on our short courses. Then in the bottom left, we have our Develop courses, and particularly the 3-week coding course, which I spoke about. Moving on to the Master and the Apprenticeship on the right-hand side. And just in the middle where there's the yellow cloud, we talk about the talent pool, and I'm going to talk about that in a little more detail now. So our talent portal. Now we've all at Code Nation, because we believe that our students should progress from entry into an apprenticeship or direct hire, if that's what they choose. We have always used our student alumni who have completed the Develop courses to showcase to those employers looking for apprenticeships. And we're just about to launch, it's very exciting for Code Nation, we're just about to launch our talent portal, which is an online portal where our Develop alumni students can add their profile, their CV, their work preferences, salary, location, industry, etc. to an online portal which we will use to share with employers that are looking for apprenticeships and direct hires. What this means is that your face, your profile will be showcased with all the employers that Code Nation works with on a daily basis who are looking for those new talent opportunities. So now to the exciting bit. We're really, really thrilled to offer some scholarship and bursary opportunities today. So the first scholarship opportunity is a full scholarship to our 12-week Master Coding Bootcamp. And this is absolutely, totally free at the normal cost of...
Yeah, keep it, thanks.
£7,200. In addition, we will also select one runner-up and we will award a significant bursary of 75% to the same Master 12-week coding bootcamp. And we are looking for individuals who are looking to change their career to become software developers, and that's the only criteria that we are looking for. A little bit there, just again, talking about the Master Bootcamps and what they're designed to do, but we really do see individuals start on the bootcamp, again, with no prior coding experience, and actually become amazing junior developers in just 12 weeks. The tech stack that is covered is phenomenal. The opportunities to engage with employers, to hear from employers who come and do lightning talks to our students on a regular basis, to work with our engagement director to support with that employability side of things is absolutely fantastic. A little bit more on the Master Bootcamp. So it's 12 weeks, it's a deep dive into coding. As I said, you can choose to learn remotely from home, or you can come into our Manchester campus in Spring Gardens to study, and the campus is truly amazing. Or you could do a hybrid of both, and you could choose to spend some days studying from home and some days coming into the campus. The start date of the course is the 26th of October, so you need to be available for 12 weeks from Monday the 26th. It is a pathway into the junior software developer apprenticeship that we offer, but also into potential direct hire opportunities. I think I've covered all the employability and interpersonal skills that we also cover. And there's that access to the Code Nation community, which is absolutely fantastic. There's all sorts of things that happen in terms of outings and gaming and all sorts of technical things that, I'll be quite honest with you, a little bit over my head, but a fantastic environment to learn, to meet people and to start your career. We also have exposure to our employer network. As I said, employers are integrated into the whole of the 12-week process. And not only that, you will undertake projects. It's a very interactive course. It is not chalk and talk. It is teamwork. It's designing apps. And it is working on projects that have been set by the employers that we've worked with. So that could be the likes of AO, Moonpig, TalkTalk, M Brown, EMIS Health, and many, many others. So for those of you wondering exactly what are the technical topics covered in the bootcamp, you can see a list of those below. I'm not going to go through those, but safe to say that we cover everything that employers are telling us that they are looking for currently, and with that one eye to the future. So that's Java, HTML, React, Mongo database, etc. We also cover agile working, project management, etc. So going back to the criteria, and all that you need to apply, we've tried to make this really simple because, as I say, we really want as many of you applying for this as possible, is to be available for 12 weeks from the 26th of October. When we say full time, that's 9:30 till 4:30. And we're looking for people that are looking to change and switch career into the tech sector. There will be an application form, which is very straightforward. It just asks for a few personal details, and there is an open text box to explain why you would like this opportunity. Becky's going to circulate that in the chat, so that'll be available to you after this presentation, or possibly during. Excitingly, just before we came live, we've also decided to offer a couple more scholarships because, as I say, we really want to give people the opportunity to just see if coding and software development is something that you'd like to explore. So we are offering 2 scholarships for our Develop Coding 3-week course, again for those looking to change career. In terms of the content that we cover, you can see the details there, but it's getting to grips with front-end development, mobile apps, game development, Java, HTML, agile working. And again, it's a way to explore if this career is for you. And it is that proven pathway onto the master course or an apprenticeship. And you get a level 2 certificate in IT user skills, open systems, and enterprise at the end. In terms of how to apply and the criteria, very, very similar, if not the same. The course dates for this course are either the 2nd or the 9th of November, and that's down to the individual's choice. Again, it's a full time, which is 9:30 till 4:30, but this is 3 weeks You're available to study remotely or in the campus of your choice. The deadline is the 16th of October at 5 p.m, which is the same for the previous scholarship. And it is the same application form. Now, for those of you that would like to apply for the Develop, because we've done this quite quickly, unfortunately the form only refers to master, but that's fine. If you just pop in the notes bit at the bottom, the notes box, that you are interested in the Develop course, that will be absolutely fine. And just tell us why you'd like to be awarded this scholarship. That's everything from me today, and I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity, and for everyone that's listening. I hope you've had a fantastic week, and I really hope to see as many as possible apply for those scholarships, because they really are a fantastic way to start your journey. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Ros, and thank you so much for the scholarships. Like I said, we were originally planning to give away the one scholarship, so the fact that we've got the extra scholarships and the bursary as well, which is amazing. So just to reiterate, I'm going to put the link into the chat now. This is the link that you need to apply for any of those, any of the scholarships. So as was said, there's one form, because this has obviously been done just at the last minute. There's one form. If you just pop in the notes section at the bottom, if you want to be considered for all of the opportunities as well, and Code Nation will be in touch. But we will share this link with you at another point when we send the email on Monday with the roundup. Does anyone have any questions for Ros? We've got a little bit of time now, if we want to cover off any questions about the course or about the scholarship, how to apply, anything like that. If anyone has anything, if you just want to pop your questions in the chat box, and we can ask those now. If you do have any other questions, then obviously please let us know, and we can try and get those to you. But like I said, the form, the link to the application form is now in the chat. And if you need that, we'll be sending it out again on Monday with the email to all the videos. And we will kind of continue to promote that as well up until the 16th of October. So you have a little bit of time. So hang on, we've got one question here from Eleanor. Can you get an apprenticeship before starting the course?
Thanks, Ella. Thanks for the question. You potentially could, although, however, when we are working with employers who are looking for apprenticeships and they're looking for individuals to fill those opportunities, our first port of call, obviously, is to look at our alumni of students. Now, sometimes, depending on the criteria that the employer is looking for, we may well also go out. So again, if you keep an eye, particularly on our LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook pages, we may go out and ask for applicants. Also, if you are in a really great position where you've identified an employer and an employer is looking to create an apprenticeship, and possibly even for yourself, if your employer or yourself contacts Code Nation, you can absolutely do that delivery through ourselves. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways to do that. And again, if you want any further details about how the apprenticeship works, just drop me an email on my email, which is on the last slide. I'm more than happy to take any questions outside and pick those up as and when.
Thank you. We can share that. We'll share your email in the chat box as well. So we've got another question here. When the portal goes live, do people in the talent pool get to browse the opportunities by the companies, or is it just the companies browsing the people? Will the apprenticeship application process become automated, or do you still need to go through the engagement team?
Great questions. So our talent portal is really, really new. I say we're literally about to launch it in the next couple of weeks, and this will be version 1. And we have, as you would expect, we have bigger, greater, better things in mind for that talent pool, which would absolutely include what you talked about, what you asked in your question, which was to allow the students on there to look and browse the opportunities available. But in the first instance, the talent portal was created to respond to employers who wanted to look at our talent and wanted to do it quickly, efficiently, and again, could do it in their own time and select under their own criteria. But absolutely, that will be version X coming, but not at the moment. Sorry, Becky, what was the other question about the apprenticeship?
Will the apprenticeship application process become automated, or do you still need to go through the engagement team?
engagement team lead on apprenticeships because they're the team. And for those of you that aren't familiar, our engagement team are permanently talking to our network and more of employers. So they're working with those employers to understand what skills challenges they have, what both now and in the future, how they address that through their workforce skills needs, and whether that's upskilling internally or looking for new talent, and looking at how apprenticeships and direct hires can meet those needs. They then work with ourselves to see, in terms of those apprenticeship vacancies, how we can support to fill. So the engagement team are really critical to working with those employers, generating those vacancies, because many employers don't really realise that some of their skills needs could be addressed by apprenticeships. And unfortunately, you know, like all industries, there's still some businesses aren't quite sure of what new apprenticeships look like. They don't understand the way that Code Nation do it. And actually, we're giving fantastic talent who add value at day one, hence the upfront bootcamp. So there is a lot of work that the engagement team do to help employers understand why it's such a great opportunity to work with us and to work with the talent that we have. In terms of whether it's going to become automated in the future, absolutely. We're always moving, as you would imagine with any tech business, to have as much of our opportunities, as much as our teaching, as much as our additional activities online, and all to be self-serve. However, the feedback from our students is that working with the engagement team, being able to have that one-on-one coaching support for vacancies to understand what a particular employer is looking for, be that in behaviour or cultures, is very important. And you don't always get to ascertain that information when you're looking at something on a screen that may well say, a employer is looking for a junior software developer apprenticeship to work in an office in Manchester at a salary of X. Whereas our engagement directors will be privy to the types of culture, working environments, the type of people, the type of experience, the type of tech stack strengths that employer is looking for. So we're able to provide that additional value.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got another question here, or just checking that the 3-week course, you can do that without any prior knowledge of coding.
Absolutely, you can. And I think that the figure of 85% of our students that have no prior coding experience, I would say that would be higher if we were just looking at that 3-week developed cohort. So absolutely. And if you look at our website, and again, social media, you'll often see blogs. I think I'll share after this if information is going out. We have a blog from a student that recently undertook the 3-week course. She did it during the pandemic. She then went on to the master course, and she's just secured an apprenticeship with a business in Chester, and she wrote a blog throughout, which was her coming to develop with no coding skills at all, not sure whether it was for her. She was a career changer, and she's now having the time of her life 4 weeks into her apprenticeship with an employer. So yes, absolutely is the answer to that, and I will share some blogs, and if you have a look at our social media, you'll see lots of stories from people who have done that.
That's amazing. That's a really nice story to hear as well, from kind of through lockdown. Another question here. I have a background in marketing, which could be considered tech. Would I still be eligible? I have been exposed to some coding.
You would absolutely be eligible for any of our courses, no problem at all. In terms of the apprenticeship, absolutely. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be a problem. In fact, you may well be able to accredit some of your prior learning from your digital marketing into the apprenticeship, and absolutely it would just add another string to your bow to set you apart from potentially other students that may well be looking for, or other opportunities where employers are looking for maybe experience in marketing, because that's often an advantage as well.
Are you considering doing back-end courses as well as front-end ones?
We have a number of courses which we are considering developing that include cyber, possibly back-end, different levels, higher apprenticeships from the level 4. So there's lots of things that are currently under development. And just being quite honest, some of that has slowed. I would have hoped to have been launching some of that about now, but the pandemic, like everything, has just slowed everything down a little bit. But absolutely, keep your eyes peeled on the website and our information, because there'll be new courses coming.
Okay, thank you. We've got one question and then a second of this question. So the master course, is it is there a potential to do the classes online in evenings, like kind of after work? So there's a couple of people saying they can't afford to quit their jobs right now to do this kind of full time. Is it possible to work full time and do the master course at the same time?
I'm really sorry to say at the moment it isn't. It is a full-time. It is a full-time day course. And one of the reasons that, again, that we developed the course in the way that we did was because of the momentum. And when we looked at maybe sort of having shorter sessions or drip feeding, or looking at the traditional models of maybe 1 or 2 days a week or evening courses, it didn't seem to work as well. So all I can say is at the moment we don't offer that, but again, never say never. I'm certainly not saying it isn't something that we would consider, and it may well be a case that it might be helpful just to come and have a chat with us, come and have a chat with some of our admissions advisors and see whether there were other opportunities through our short courses to trial. We also work with a number of colleges. We work with Trafford College very closely, and it may well be that we could come up with a solution that wasn't directly through Code Nation, but was through one of our partners that did actually cover something similar, but in a different way.
Thank you. Someone's just wrote here, I've missed this, but how do you apply for the 3-week course? Is that accessible through the link above in the chat?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the same link. So regardless of whether you are looking for the scholarship for the 3-week develop or the 12-week master, it's the same course. Please ignore the narrative at the top that only refers to master. That's just as I say, because we've only just agreed to offer the additional scholarships. Just please there's a box at the bottom where it says notes, and if you just pop in, I'm interested in the develop course, that's absolutely fine.
Perfect. I'm just thinking anyone that's not selected for the scholarships or the bursary, will they be contacted with information if they do want to carry on and take that?
Absolutely, yeah. I should have said that. Thanks, Becky. Yes, anyone that submits an application form will get a call back from our admissions advisors to talk you through the courses that we've talked about today, but also the other courses that we offer. So all those listed on that very busy slide that was probably slide 4 or 5 on the presentation slide. So you can have a good chat with one of our advisors who'll talk you through other opportunities. And also, I probably should have mentioned that we have a number of student loans available as well. So we work with a number of different organisations that offer varying loans for different circumstances. So if actually you're in a position where you're not successful with a scholarship, but you'd like to consider and fund it yourself, we have mechanisms and ways to support that as well.
I think that's really important, that I think the team there, the admissions team, will help and support kind of with your options as well. So it's always good just to have someone to chat those options through with. We've got another question here that relates to kind of costs. They're just wanting to check the scholarships and bursaries, are they for the course costs as opposed to course costs and living expenses?
Correct. They are for the course costs only. Yes.
Perfect. Can you mix which days you do virtual to on campus, e.g. kind of campus on Monday and Tuesday, virtual Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely you can. And again, these are things that we can that can be discussed at point of entry. We're really keen to offer as much flexibility as possible because obviously we've got campuses across the country as well, and we're in this strange, well, we're all in this very strange, are we in lockdown, aren't we in lockdown, it depends where your postcode is, and etc, etc. So what we want to do is make sure that everybody has the opportunity to choose. And if you are looking to do that hybrid model where you study some virtually and some in the campus, again, we can completely tailor that to you, because the instructors and skills coaches will be on campus every day, because that's how it's delivered. So it means that a student or students can come into campus at any day of their choosing and just study from there rather than at home. And I should also say that all our campuses are absolutely over and above compliant with all legislation regarding COVID-19 in terms of health and safety, sanity, my sanity, social distancing, etc. So there's absolutely no issues there. But again, any concerns, we can completely talk that through and how we've addressed that on the campus.